Him and Jared Jones is already, obviously, he's coming back. He's been throwing some bullpen sessions. But, I mean, what is your take on Paul Skenes when you see him pitch? I mean, he's just doing things at this level. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think he's the greatest pitching prospect to come into the league in a while, Denny. I'm serious. Like, everyone I've talked to, I watch him throw at LSU and then ask the people that work on the draft and the scouts and just sitting down with them, and they said it was like the best pitching prospect they've ever seen.
Wow.
So, I mean, what he's doing, Denny knows this. Pitching's different. Like, if you got great stuff, it could be a meteoric rise to the big leagues, where I feel like the position players really got to cut his teeth in the minor leagues for a little bit, get a couple of 100 ABs, learn how to play the game on a professional level. When you throw 100 miles an hour with a dirty split and a slider and you're 6'6" and got tree trunk legs, there's really no reason to waste some bullets in AA.
Yeah, I know the feeling. You know, I mean, if you look at me, I'm sitting down, Mark, but I know it's a rotator cuff surgery.
To add on that,
please.
Mark, I talked about him too, Frank.
Yeah.
I think the last time I was here too. I agree, Mark. I mean, it's just crazy how policy was, because I've been watching a lot of college baseball the last couple of years too, and just watching him last year even too dominate the way he did. And the SEC, as you know too, Mark. I mean, my gosh, it's almost like the way the talent pool is coming out of there. It's almost like high A, almost AA sometimes with some of the talent. I mean, just look at the draft this past 2 years even. But the way he dominated against them and then through the College World Series, I was like, this kid is going to be special.
And he
right
pitches,
away.
Denny.
Yes.
He pitches.
Yes.
He's not a thrower. Like, he's just not rearing back and here you go. Here's 100 miles an hour. It's like, man, throwing you some off-speed stuff. He's really going about it a little bit different.
Kind of going off of that and going back to the Skenes thing. So we've seen in this season that after Skenes start, the Pirates really struggle because Falter isn't able to match the kind of stuff that Skenes has. So, Mark, as a hitter, what's the kind of perspective change seeing that 100-plus come at you and then the next day it kind of could be meatballs? And then, Denny, how would you follow Skenes going around the box? How do you locate stuff like that?
Go ahead, Mark. You can go first.
Anybody other than Skenes is dead the next day. I would say this, like, you keep and I know Bailey Falter's completely opposite left-handed thrower, but you keep showing guys the same kind of. If I face 3 lefties in a row, by that third day, that lefty's done. Like, anybody coming off Skenes is going to struggle because you're so hyper-focused off Skenes that if you're able to get through that with a bleeder knock or drive something in the gap or work a walk or find a way to add value that game, you're waking up the next day trying to make up for it. And the focus and just the stuff's not going to be there from the opposition. So you feel like, hey, there's a good chance in the cab ride over that I'm gonna probably barrel up 3 balls tonight. See what happens.
Cab ride. That's how long ago you guys both played, right?
I took the horse and carriage.
Or I used to ride on the back of his motorcycle.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, yep. Orlando, man. I took him on the back of my Harley. We said we're just going to go for a spin, but we ended up driving from like Disney to downtown Orlando, like 35, 40-minute ride. And he's on the back like my little trophy.
Please tell me there's video or pictures of this.
I wish we had some. Yeah, 8mm.
Like
No, but hey, to answer your question from my side, Ryan, the best way I can answer that is, obviously when, Mark knows when he came up, I was in a rotation with three future Hall of Famers, and they might not have the stuff that Skenes had, but, for me to pitch in that rotation and to follow those guys, it sounds so cliche-ish, Ryan, but the best thing you can do as a pitcher is say, look, I'm not going to try to be John Smoltz because I don't have a 96-mile-an-hour fastball with a 89-mile-an-hour slider. I don't have Greg Maddox's pinpoint control. Tommy Glavine and I pitched more similar, but still he threw a little bit harder than me. So the best thing I could do was say, look, if anything, just use it as an instrument to push me to be a better pitcher, but still stay within yourself and pitch your own game. You can't get so caught up in saying, holy crap, I got to follow Skenes throwing 103, whatever. Yeah. For me, like as a lefty who was a crafty guy, I would have loved to follow Skenes because it was the complete opposite.
Off balance.
My fastball would look like 68, after him.
But you did win 20 games, so come on. Anyway, okay.
I was going to say, I played behind Denny. Like that four with Kevin Millwood throwing it in there, that might go down as one of the greatest rotations ever assembled. And they all attacked you differently. And I think what made Denny so successful, like he hid the ball. He was deceptive. Guys just never got good swings off on him. It felt like the changeup mirror, like they call it tunneling now. Denny was just fastball, changeup, occasional breaking ball, nasty. So he was he's not giving himself enough credit.
Thanks, DeRosa.
I'll
give you that 100 later.
Thanks for watching that clip of Punchlines with me, Frank Nicotero. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe. We live stream the show Monday through Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. And if you want to listen to our podcast, go to your favorite podcast platform. All the details are in the description below. We'll catch you on the next one.